Hey everyone, Mary from Innergizing Reiki and Soul Healing. Now, this Animal Reiki video is just an introductory video. If you're unfamiliar with what Reiki is or how it works, I steer you toward my video called What is Reiki and How It Works. There's also a video about how distant Reiki works that I refer to here when I describe how my remote sessions work at the end. So a little bit about my Reiki background. In 2009, I got my first attunement of my first Reiki energy that I had. By 2019, I knew I was going to open my own business. 2020, at that point, I'd worked with 3 different Reiki masters. I had 2 different Reiki energies under my belt, Yasui and Holy Fire. And during quarantine of 2020, our lovely COVID time, I was happy to learn the Let Animals Lead method of giving Reiki. Now, I'd already had Reiki under my belt, Reiki energy under my belt, but it was the method that I loved because up until then I'd been giving what I now call human Reiki to animals by, as Reiki comes through me, it comes out my hands, to animals by sort of directing my hands to the animal. And animals are so much more sensitive and aware and in tune to energy than we are. What I was realizing is that this is quite an invasive procedure that I was doing, is basically shooting them with energy that they may not even want. Of course, the human booked the session for an animal for some physical issue or some maybe behavioral issue that they want addressed. And the Let Animals Lead method allows for the animal to use their free will, right? It acknowledges their right to choose or refuse that Reiki energy. So instead of shooting the Reiki at the animal, I was sitting on the floor. This is for in-person sessions. I was sitting on the floor calling Reiki in, palms up. They were on the other side of the room. And slowly but surely, they'd come over and be curious, and they'd smell, and they'd experience the Reiki for a few minutes, put their painful body part in my hands, or just sit very almost on me for a couple minutes, and then they'd go drink some water or play with a toy and come back and receive for more. But the whole point was they were leading the session, right? They have their decision of when they want the Reiki for what on their terms, and that's what I loved about it. So Reiki, it's that universal life energy that we're all made from. It has an intelligence all its own, and it does work with the client's higher self, whether it's a human or an animal. We all have higher selves. And so that energy is going to go to where it's needed the most, which may or may not be where the human wants it to go. So the human booked a session for something specific, usually, and the energy may go to something different that the animal wants to address. Animal might not see the issue that the human booked the session for as an issue. So that's a whole different dynamic. But that animal Reiki energy, the Let Animals Lead method, it's one of those where the animal gets to decide, and it was a wonderful game changer for my animal sessions. Now, Reiki itself is great for all things human and animal regarding physical, mental, emotional, even spiritual issues, for pain, for anxiety, for recovery of some medical procedure or surgery to help recovery happen faster. Whether an animal is been abused or traumatized, it can assist with that. Particularly if you're looking at an animal who's in a shelter situation and they've got some behavior that's preventing them from being adopted, Reiki can come in and assist with that. Our energy systems, like we have as humans, we have chakras, we have meridians, we've got an aura. Animals have those same energy systems, so Reiki can come in and open them up and balance them and strengthen them. It can even help with humans and animals. It can even help us transition or help animals transition to the next phase. So it makes that dying process easier, more gentler. And it's great for humans and animals, like I said, but it's also great for before they die as well as after they die. please see the video, How Distance Sessions Work. It can work on people who are, and animals still here, as well as those who are in spirit. So one of the things I'd like to share is a personal story about my dog, Maggie. Now, Maggie was a dog of mine from 1995 to 2006. She was not sick at the end, but the last day that we were together, due to circumstances beyond either of our control, I had to make a decision. We made the decision for quality over quantity. It was the worst decision I made, I've ever had to decide. And I decided to put her down in 2006. Now, I knew it was rough because, I mean, obviously it was rough, but then lingering effects and the lasting effects of that guilt stayed with me. Because I knew, as I was remembering her in subsequent years, I could remember her, I could talk about her, but I couldn't talk about or think about that last day without really getting into a funk and starting to cry and just all losing it. So I ended up not thinking about that and changing topic and, getting on with my life. So flash forward to 2023, I've had my practice for 3 years. I'm giving what I now call human Reiki energy to animals using the Let Animals Lead method in my studio. It was great. And I learned of this Tree of Life Reiki energy. It's given by the International Center for Reiki Training. It's a Reiki energy that works with somebody's already existing energy, Reiki energy. And it works on animals and humans and nature. But it's an animal energy designed for and given to us, humanity, us, by the divine animal kingdom, which is just amazing stuff. So the Tree of Life Reiki energy, not only can it strengthen the bond between humans and animals, it can clarify an animal's purpose. Like if they have a job, if they have responsibilities, are they a service animal who is perhaps with a human for medical needs, right? Whether it's a diabetic or a seizure or a blind person or something along those lines. Is it a canine officer that has a specific job? It can redefine and realign with all of that stuff using the Reiki. It can also clear away energies and emotions that are not theirs. So animals are one of the reasons why I think they're in our lives is to help us heal, which they do an amazing job of in and of themselves. But we also need to allow them to heal as well, right? So when we are overwhelmed, when we are riddled with depression, anxiety, guilt, all sorts of negative emotions, anger, you name it, that animal of ours tries to absorb some of that energy into themselves to help us alleviate our pain, which is of course great for us, but not great for them. So this Tree of Life Reiki energy comes in and it clears away all of the stuff that's not theirs. You ask any human empath what it's like to receive other people's energies and to their energies, and they'll share with you it's not great. But that's what our animals experience as well. So this is one energy that can actually alleviate that. It can help with our human spirit. It can help heal our authentic human spirit. It can help animals heal their authentic, true animal spirit. It can release, like with Maggie, the situation with Maggie, it just cut that cord between me and Maggie and that guilt. It was just gone in minutes in class. It just severs the connections that we have that are lingering between us and animals from our past, to alleviate our suffering and pain, and to help us heal as well. And if you have a job or career that involves animals, please watch the video that I have, also just Animal Reiki for those who have careers that involve animals. It gets into a whole different level of healing. So how Reiki sessions go for me, I do remote sessions now only. Somebody books a session on my website. I get an email explaining with the Zoom link, and the email explains how the human is going to receive energy as well in that Animal Reiki session. So it explains how the human should be in a relaxed state with minimal distraction, someplace where they can lay down and close their eyes and rest and relax. They are going to receive energies from the divine animal kingdom, from their guides, their higher self, have their own Reiki experience, while I then give Reiki to their animal. And it happens, we have 30-minute sessions, we have 60-minute sessions, whichever the human decides on. And we've already discussed on all the things that it could work on, which is really just the tip of the iceberg on what Reiki can do. I don't think there is anything that Reiki cannot touch in some level and assist in some aspect of our human experience or some aspect of an animal experience as well. Reiki, Tree of Life Reiki is also great for nature. It helps humans it reminds humans that we are part of that oneness, where the humanity and the divine animal kingdom and the plant kingdom, where we're all connected, everything from Mother Earth to Father Sky. We're all part of that one. So Tree of Life energy helps that process as well. So if you have any questions, let me know. You can email me at energizingreiki@gmail.com. Go to the website, energizingreikiandsoulhealing.com. As always, everyone, likes, comments, and subscribes, greatly appreciated. Thanks much. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.